You can tell, COINTEL, my clique has never failed. My boat has never sunk, my ship has never sailed. My hope is never shaken, my spirit is never broken. My legs are never open, my words will always be quoted. My vision is focused. Tell the POTUS I don't trust him, he'll never be noticed. I think it's time that I put you all on notice. I'm the one, David Ruffin, I'll never be Otis. If I did it, then it better work. The music industry hates me cause I'll never twerk. I'm in a different world, each verse brings the metaverse. Optometrist, I change vision like the Oculus. Watch me fly over Metropolis. Tell all the populace, rise from sarcophagus. No hypothesis, I see apocalypse. Muhammad's disciple speaks like a prophetess. We got him light. We got him light. Yeah. We got him light. Tell the people we coming through and we got him light. Listening up for the rest. Coming strong, Cali's best. We got him light. Tell the people we coming through and we got him light.
See, I done came from the bottom. I usually choose peace, today we choose violence. And they don't really know what to do. And I'ma keep banging the truth. Lyrically impeccable, irrepressible spectacle. I can turn a vegetable into an intellectual. My ancestors celestial, go beyond the skeleton. Fact checking these rappers, none of these credible. If it don't apply to the fly, it's a hypothetical. It's just the type of that you kicking is unacceptable. Now helping me grow, I'm just not available. I want the whole left side of a decimal, incredible. I ain't even hardly reached my pinnacle. Jump in the cypher and turn it into a festival. Bang on the game till the game need medical. I'ma keep grinding till it's unpreventable. Middle finger, you haters, so that'll be unprofessional. We ain't just not compatible. I am too undetectable. Put the pedal to metal, the metal here in your mental. My pen penetrating your sensory. You looking terrible. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I see it's green like whoa, 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 whoa. East New York, Brooklyn, let it go, let it go. Whoa. My light might be an iPhone. Third eye, I see the rival. See my arrival.
We got him light.
Got him light.
We got him light.
Got him light.
We got him light.
Yeah.
Tell the people we coming through and we got him light. We got him light.
Got him
Tell the
light.
people we coming through and we got him light.
You know. We the creme de la creme. They give us accolades, but that's God working through us. We send praises up to him. Brotherhood tight, sisterhood tight, nation building team players. We all shooting in the gym. Got the guys with me, got the FOI with me. If we gotta go to war, then we fighting to the death. Not a betting man, but if I was, then you ask me where I'm putting my money on. You know I'm putting it on them. Come through, they gotta respect, they gotta tip they hat. Don't disrespect our women, word bond, we'll kill for that. In the field, working with bullets, fly like we in Iraq. I do this for the family, I rap, but this way deeper than rap. Stand up, solid soldiers with me, we don't back though. I don't deal with milk toast brothers like I'm lactose. Every time I come in first, they act like they was rooting for me. Whole time I know they wanted me to come in last though. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulallah. If it wasn't for you, I know I wouldn't have made it through Allah. Grant me protection on this mission that I pursue Allah. I know with you behind me, there ain't nothing that I can't do Allah. You know.
We got him light.
Got him light.
We got him light.
Got him light.
We got him light.
Yeah.
Tell the people we coming through and we got him light.
It's GC from the shop. Till I die.
We got him light.
Got him
Tell the
light.
people we coming through and we got him light. It's in love.
Speakers will blow out.
You already know.
Show 'em some love.
Man, that's how you do it.
Hey, all right. Peace and blessings, beautiful people. It's the girl High Heels, not for the shoes, but for the healing of energy, the teleportation of higher vibrations. Get with it. You are listening to Oracle Connect on Black Ink Radio.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Y'all, so this is a very special episode today. This is the premiere of my second season with Black Ink Radio. Who would have ever thought that I would even be here in this place in space, okay? When I came to Rich Mo, I told him, I was like, look, y'all, I'm going to talk about the Minister Farrakhan, right? And,
No
and
problem.
Look, you heard him. I said,
right.
I'm going to talk about the Nation of Islam. And he was like, what? He said, talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I've gone to so many other stations that told me I could not speak on that man. I could not speak on the nation. I could not speak on the jabs. I was told I could not speak about our people in that way. And this is funny that Black Ink of all places, is the place that would allow me to be
Come on,
myself.
give it up.
Yes. So when we're going to kick this off now, what people don't know is that this was actually the first guest of Oracle Connect when I first started it. Like when I had nobody, when I didn't know what I was about to do, the brother was like, let's do this. So it's only fitting that I have this brother coming on, you know, with Oracle Connect. We're about bridging the gap. And we're about making sure that our people are unified. And I do believe that you are that person that does that for us. So I just want to introduce my guest for today, the brother Risa Islam. Give it up to the brother Risa Islam.
Oh, I'm good. I always feel good when I'm with our people right now. This is beautiful.
Yes.
This is beautiful.
So you have had a heck of a year.
Yes.
It has been so many ups and downs, like just starting from January, from being in D.C. and speaking in the same place that Martin Luther King spoke.
Yes.
And y'all, what I'm talking about is the Defeat the Mandate rally. And this man was one of the only melanated people in the whole situation. We were some of the only melanated people that was in that crowd, and he held his own. And you still represented the minister, and you represented yourself and our people really well. So coming from that, I do want to wish our condolences, or give our condolences for the passing of your mother. Super, super sweet woman, like one of the sweetest. But when that happened, do you feel like that has changed how you are as a leader for your people?
It definitely activated something deeper that I didn't think could ever be possible. After meeting the minister, I thought that would be the deepest motivation. But once she made her transition, that turned something on in me that was completely different. I'll just say it that way. Fearlessness is one thing that a lot of us say we have. Okay, we talk very good. A lot of us talk. We talk a lot. But I will say there's something that will happen to you that will create a shift inside of you that is irreversible. When that happened, there was nothing at all that could ever happen to me that would stop me from going after my people in the way that I'm going after them right now. I thought I was going after them already, but at this point, no. This is a completely different trajectory. Definitely.
Yeah, I completely understand. That was one of the things when I saw that happen. One of the things that I first felt was like, okay, now he's in the club. Definitely. It's not the club you want to be in, but it's that club where you know, like, okay, now I got to do this on my own.
That's fact.
And I have no other option because I got an angel behind me now. So I got to do all of this for my angel.
That's
and I've seen a shift. But on a lighter note, we do want to say a congratulations because the brother has gotten engaged and about to be married. Shout out to the queen over there. Just beautiful queen. Okay, so look, y'all, he done got the best match. All praises be to Allah that he has the woman that is the perfect match for someone that we have to look to as our leader, right? So with the Nation of Islam, most people might not know, but I recently joined the Nation. And
processing.
I'm in the process. I always have to correct myself, and that is, and you know what? That's actually something that is instilling being correct about what I'm saying in me, because I have to be right and exact. But you know, it was something that called me for like 3 years, literally. Wow. Literally, the messenger called me for 3 years, and I ran from it and I fought it. When I saw the criterion, I was like, oh my God.
July 4th, 2020.
Oh my God. Like everything in me was like, this is for me, but then I still denied it. And for years, and finally, when you came on my show, after the show, you granted me your ear, and I asked you some questions about the nation, about all sorts of deep things that you were, and everything you were saying was clicking. So I started to go on my YouTube mission. You know how we do. I started with
scholarship.
Yeah, you know.
YouTube University.
I first dived into Master Fard Muhammad. Then I found Elijah Muhammad. Then the most honorable or honorable Mr. Farrakhan. I probably have watched like 100 Savior's Days, like literally. But the thing was that I still couldn't submit. And I literally cried. I cried so much because I was like, I could not be a Muslim. Like, I can't do this. But it was a real fear. And not until I was able to speak to you, I spoke to another sister, actually this sister here, who was so empowering and just like to see, like, you know what? Women in the nation are normal. We're not just like perfect. But all that to say, it was such a journey of fear. And I'm a psychic medium. Why would I be scared to tell someone that I'm about to join the Nation of Islam?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what is it about the Nation of Islam? What is it about that lifestyle do you think makes our people afraid?
Well, the first thing is most of our people don't even know what the Nation of Islam is. We don't. We know what our enemy has told us. We know about movies. We know about the movie by Spike Lee, Malcolm X. We know about the autobiography of Malcolm X. Okay, that's the first intro for most people, especially if they went to college, etc. So people learn about that, which is, I would say, maybe less than 2% of all of the information. You don't go to the mosque, you don't talk to sisters or brothers who are in it, etc. You don't actually ask questions. And I'm not saying to be biased. I'm saying really, whatever you are interested in learning about, go to the source of that thing.
Right.
Whatever it is, go to the person, go to the group. If it's Rastafari, if it's the Hebrew Israelites, whatever it is, go talk to them. Ask questions. And tell them to be honest. Don't tell me your personal experience and the negatives. No, I mean, what does the teachings say? Because the other thing is, we start to worship personalities and look at people. And that is the wrong thing to do. Because not all of us are good representations of what we say we believe. I mean, for real, all throughout the conscious community, people have been hurt because of questions they've asked, and they've had negative experiences with people from different labels, whether if it's the Hebrew Israelites, whether it's the Moorish Science Temple, Nation of Islam, 5% Nation of God on Earth, whatever, because people improperly represented what it is they said they believe. And so therefore, people would generalize the entire system, the entire group, based upon the negative experiences with a few. So go to the teaching of what it is. And the teaching may be perfect, but the people definitely will not be perfect. So I will say that's primarily one reason, is because we keep listening to our enemy to give us information about who our family is. And that's the improper thing to do. So when you actually talked to some sisters and your brother, and you didn't just listen to what I said, you watched me operate. Watch me. I ain't never like, let's be real. I ain't never came on to my sister.
I was just going to say that.
I mean, let's make this very clear.
Literally just going to say that. Do you know, out of every single man, I have really worked with a lot of men in this conscious community, and this is, you know, no jab to y'all. I love you, brothers, but there's so many men that have come at me on some sexual stuff, and I've been thrown off like, bro, like, I'm just trying to work with you, or I'm just gaining knowledge. This is the only man that has never come at me like that. And also with the men of the nation, period. You know, when you go to the mosque, ladies, it's a level of protection that you have never felt in your life. A brother comes to the door and opens the door for you. Another brother walks you to the street. Another brother stops traffic for you to cross. You're not going to no street light. Nah, lady, you ain't about to wait for that. They stopping traffic for you, sister. They making sure you get to the door. It's a level of care that you have never experienced from any other black man ever. And I'm not trying to down any other man, but I'm just letting you understand. It's something that changed my soul because I felt cared for and protected. And for most of us, we have had ourselves been violated as children or violated as teenagers. And so we don't feel safe. We don't feel safe around men. But our men in the nation, they make you feel that way.
And
you know what I'm saying?
This, the teaching in every group that I mentioned and ones that I have not named have men that do a beautiful thing when it comes to protecting, uplifting the sisters, etc. But again, we Negroes striving to be right. I got this bow tie on, but that don't make me perfect. Let's not get it twisted. You got some niggas in bow ties.
Yes, I have.
Niggas in, I mean, you know, I just gotta be real. Like Blue, you back me. You already know this. You got brothers, peace, sister. Can I get a peace, sister? See, I mean, let's be real. I'm just being real with you. So let's not get it twisted.
It could be just between us.
I'm telling you, you know, it's a very real thing. So I want us to all understand. Let us find the good in all of the groups within the conscious community, because we have good examples from all the groups. If we wanted to, we could find some negative examples in all the groups too.
Yes.
So I just wanted to make that very clear. But your experiences has been a powerful experience, and you're just speaking on your experience.
Yeah, I am. Well, actually, we have two great exampos. The twins right here, the pillars.
See, that's the thing. It goes without saying, but you got to say it, though.
The pillars.
Because it goes without saying, you know, but it is what it is. Come on, man.
I'm telling you, between the three of y'all, I always say that y'all are super solid, because what I see a lot of times is you'll have people that put themselves in a leadership role or an educator's role, but you want something from us. You coming for us. You being a profiteer, like a spiritual war profiteer.
That's a fact, yes.
You know what I'm saying? But these three men, y'all be for your people. Y'all be with the people. Y'all don't just be behind a computer screen or on a live. You know what I'm saying?
All in the videos.
You know what I'm saying? Dancing.
Come on with it.
Like, y'all be here with the people. That was one of the first things I noticed. I was like, oh, Blue was over here vending. He was right here cooking. Like, they
OGs
here.
from 125th.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, these brothers ain't no joke.
Yeah.
Solid brothers. Yes.
Know the ledge. Back when both of
Yes.
y'all had the short hair and the
Come on,
blacked
man. Come
out
on.
glasses. It was looking like twins for
No
real.
legs. That's a fact. Come on. Come on.
You know, shout out to the brothers. So,
Definitely.
so all that to say, you know, that was something to have that level of care, that level of protection, the knowledge, the teachings, the way I'm able to apply the teachings to even Mercury retrograde. Like,
Absolutely.
Like I could just controlling your emotions,
Absolutely.
all of that.
Yes.
So and I was like, why would our people flee from something like this?
Everything that is going to free us must be demonized. And every person who has anything that is going to free us must be demonized. That's why the conscious community is now being laughed at, because they've made it into a joke.
Right.
Because they don't want you to be attracted to it.
Right.
There's truth in every area and aspect of it. But they put the improper representatives out front. They pay certain people to say, I represent this or that.
Right.
And then once they get all they can from you, then they make you look crazy.
Right.
Or you bunch of hoteppers. You
Yes.
bunch of peace, crystals, and sage Negroes.
Right.
When peace is a beautiful thing and crystals and sage is magnificent.
Right.
When the hell did that become a problem?
To say
When the
peace.
wrong people who were the wrong representatives became the leaders of something that they know nothing about themselves.
Yes, sir.
So at that point, I wanted to be very clear. When we see the community of consciousness, or those who are aware of things that we ourselves should be aware of, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and all the way down, including all of the sisters, Mother Tynetta Muhammad, since she's brought up Mercury retrograde, Dr. Ava Muhammad, may Allah be pleased.
Yes.
The sisters with the minds that destroy the weakness of men.
Yes.
All of these
Yes.
things, you have to make sure to find the good that connects all of us, because one thing that I do not participate in is this effeminate gang banging in the name of consciousness.
Oh wow. Oh, so I've called it intellectual mandingo fighting,
Ooh, I like that. Damn.
because it's you sitting there
Damn,
and
she painted the picture right there, bro. That's
because we sitting there and you know I be having moments.
intellectual mandingo fight. You heard that, King
Yes,
Simon?
sir.
Wow. Okay.
But that's what it is, because when you're watching them, you like, so y'all we just gonna go back and forth all day, and
Come
we
on.
go while this open enemy is
Come on.
destroying us,
Come on.
and having our women objectify themselves,
Come
and
on.
having our men
Come on.
become so feminized that
on.
they don't even really want to be a man no more. They're walking around with a full beard and a dress on.
Come on.
But y'all want to sit here and debate with each other about where is Sirius and all this other stuff, and where the Anunnaki at.
Come on. What to call ourselves?
Just saying.
Brother.
Just saying. So
Okay.
so I do hope that we start to see this programming. I mean, even when we go back to Nation, one thing that somebody said to me when they see me posted, they said, so you joined the cult?
Word.
That was the first thing they said, you joined the cult. And I was like, well, and it made me think about your book. So chapter 10 of your book, you talked about knowing the definition of words.
Yes.
Because these words, I mean, really, when we think of it, who was it that really put it out that the nation was a cult? Who was it that really painted that picture? It was the mainstream media.
Correct.
It wasn't the people that you see next door to yourself, right?
Correct.
It was the movies. The only things that you can see are movies, videos, but nobody even really knew what the teachings were. So I kind of want to go back to that word cult. I did look up the definition.
Go ahead. I was going to say, please let me
And I
know
shall
if you
read
looked
it.
up.
Because
Please
we
do.
want to be right and exact. A system of religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object. A relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister. Also, a recognized autonomous branch of the Christian church. Lastly, a misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing.
First definition when it comes to a worship of a thing or person. How many of y'all got iPhones? You're in a cult.
Boom.
Okay. Make this very clear. How many? Apple, cult. We all bit the apple, right? For the second time. You got the 13? It's the 13th time you bit the apple.
And
Okay.
it's so bad I want the 13.
That's a cult. How many sisters that we know gotta have a Birkin? Gotta have red bottoms.
Ooh.
You are in a cult.
How many gotta have a lace front?
She
That's
said
all of
it.
them.
She said it, not me. But you right.
That's all of them now. Y'all all in the cult.
What you say?
I love us. No, it's just very interesting to me because you're talking about a group that has literally resurrected millions of people, whether directly or indirectly. You're talking about a man who was inspired to where his tangible results resulted in an over $80 million economic system in the 60s. You're talking about a man who had airplanes, who had transportation systems, who had fish importation, who had farms, schools, businesses all across the country. You're telling me that is a damn cult. How many people did he tell, drink the Kool-Aid?
Not none.
Let's be real here. But you listen to an open enemy who does not give 2 or 3 or 4 damns about you, about a black man who quite literally is doing and has done and is continuing to do through his students the very work that this enemy will never inspire you to do.
Yes.
He did it.
Yes.
That's just the fact. Now, you can say whatever his religious belief or whatever. Okay, we'll move that out the way. Look at the economic plan of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Look at the health plan, because to be very frank, just like Brother Bobby Dick Gregory, may Allah be pleased, when he was interviewed, he said, the reason why you see members of the Nation of Islam look like no other people, they have a shine that is different from everybody else. They have all of this youth in them. Why? He said because a man named the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told them to eat 1 meal a day.
Yes, sir.
Told them to fast 3 days out of every month.
Yes,
told them to fast in the month of Ramadan. Stay away from so many different foods. He wrote a 2-part book called How to Eat to Live.
Yes, sir.
Part 1 and 2. You have brothers and sisters who follow that look 30 years younger than their actual age, depending on what it is. So it's like, wait. Let's just say that, okay, Muhammad University of Islam, he created schools. Him and Sister Clara Muhammad. You're talking about sisters and brothers, black men and women working together, sacrificed. The teachers got arrested and brought to jail because they refused to indoctrinate our people into this system's mentality.
Yes.
How many of us really understand where the independent schooling came from in America? The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad heavily was involved into why there are charter schools, independent schools, you name it, in America. So again, let's make this very clear. Who the hell are you listening to, and do they have the results as it pertains to helping to resurrect your people in the very communities that they are telling you to stay away from, where the Nation of Islam is heavily present in? We got to stop listening to these people.
Yes.
Because the first question I ask when anybody is saying something to me negative about somebody else is, what do they have that you want?
Exactly.
That's one thing. Or what are they doing that you're not doing?
Yes. Yes.
I promise you, don't nobody come to me and speak no negativity about nobody, because I go straight to you.
Right.
I know what it feels like to be lied on and slandered and all these things. So I'm like, wait a minute, what are you doing for the community, bruh? Answer that to me, because I ain't seen you no damn where.
Right.
Don't ever come over here. And I want y'all to understand this energy you feeling off of me, I live this. I know what it feels like and what it looks like to work with brothers and sisters who give their life for this. It is not a game. So these cameras are made for people who are addicted to being whores for attention.
Just saying.
Please don't fall into that game. So I know that was a very, that was a big answer.
Go for it. Yeah, no,
But
go
it's
for it.
real-
That's what we're here for.
That question is real.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. So you recently were at the Revolt Summit.
Yes.
Today.
Yes.
You were on the panel to talk about reparations.
Interestingly enough, they had
We
that,
were
yes.
talking about repairing the ills of slavery and
Yes.
of Jim Crow.
Jim Crow, Red Line, everything.
So how was that experience today?
It was interesting. Let me see.
Because it was on the panel. It was Killer Mike.
Killer Mike was on
I'm
the
always
panel.
gonna remember that because I'm from A-Town.
There you go.
So Killer Mike.
Killer Mike was on there. Van Lathan was on there. Teslin
Okay.
Figaro was on there. Our sister Alexander, first name Erica Alexander, the actress, our sister, who does beautiful work when it comes to reparations already.
Okay.
Teslin Figaro was there, and of course our brother Tariq Nasheed
All right.
and your brother Reza Islam. Yeah, it was a party.
That was nice.
It was a party. It was interesting. I would say the experience was, I was never asleep. I was born knowing consciousness. I knew nothing else. I was born in this. It felt like for the first time that I was going to sleep for a second. And I'm just no disrespect to Revolt, but I am very much so.
You try to be choosy with them words. Just
I'm
go ahead and
telling
say
you.
what you got to say.
To
I
say
see you being
fake is
choosy.
one thing, right? To say fakeness is one thing, and this, no. But I mean, when you're in an environment that thrives on people being asleep, then when you step into that environment, as if when you go to war, the atmosphere changes. And so either you succumb to it or you run away from it. or you're in there battling internally. It's like going to college after being completely indoctrinated into consciousness, and now they're telling you Christopher Columbus discovered America, and Jesus is a white man, and this is what you must learn. It doesn't work. It's cognitive dissonance, but in a positive way.
Right.
I felt that, which is why I lashed out properly.
Okay.
Because it made no damn sense.
Ooh.
How are you so commercial?
Right.
You talk so well.
Right.
But everybody's up there.
Shucking
The hell are you doing?
Shucking and
Do you
jiving.
know what conversation we're having? Why didn't you put a flyer out with my face on it?
And you know what? Real talk.
No, this is real. We know. We know.
Real talk.
But why invite me?
Right.
For the views? For
Yes.
more sponsors, or to just be able to say, listen, he can't say we didn't invite him.
Right.
See, listen, this
Right.
is this sick, twisted nonsense of a bastardized world that you're trying to get into.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in it. I've never been interested in it. That's why they try to ban your brother from so many places. But it don't matter because the commercialized, weak, nonsensical, effeminate, buck-broken Negroes ain't doing it for nobody no more.
Ooh.
Nobody wants you. You're not attractive no more.
Right.
Just the words is one thing.
Right.
But that energy is what the people feeling.
Right.
So they're like, well, damn, okay, at least we can bring them in to get some more views. No. After that, they're like, we need to bring them again. Of course, you're going to have to because the shift is happening. The veil is lifting. We're being resurrected in a way where it hasn't happened probably in the last 6,000 years.
Yes, that's big fact.
So reparations being by far the most heavy and important topic, I would say, out of the entire weekend that they've had topics, which they've had some beautiful panels, lots of panels. But if we were Chinese, that would be the main panel.
Right.
If we were Jewish, that would be the main panel.
Right.
We're talking about what our ancestors went through that got us to the point to where we could shuck and jive.
Right,
If that's what the
right.
hell you're going to do.
Right.
And you mean to tell me this was the least promoted? The flyer that was created with all of us on it didn't get released until 3 hours before the panel?
Right.
My flyer wasn't released at all?
At all.
You see, now again, shout out to Revolt, appreciate you. But get it together.
But y'all tripping.
You feel me?
Very
Tell
much
them.
so.
But no, real talk. Because
Get it together.
I'm looking and I'm like, why don't I see the brother out here at all? So really what you did was you gave us a bone to say, well, look, I brought the Brother Risa on so y'all could feel like we about the people. We got you. It was almost like, let me just throw this little bit in. But
Well-
but see, I feel like this, and I mean, I love everybody to death, but I'm gonna say what I want to say because I can.
Definitely. Go ahead.
I feel like those are a lot of people that y'all is part of the problem to me. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who really knows y'all, we know how you really move. You can move however you want to on camera, and you can talk about positive vibes only on camera, but we know what happens when you be at home. We know what happens when you go to the parties and you got to get the phones taken away. You know what I'm saying? So it tells us everything when you bring someone like the Brother Risa Islam to your panel or to your summit and you don't even promote him. You don't even promote a panel talking about reparations, but isn't the revolt supposed to be something that is supposed to be like a meeting to uplift our people and to get our people? So why are you not promoting that? You promoting all these other shows with, what's her name? I ain't even gonna say nobody's name, but you promoting shows with people that personify the images that we don't want to see our sisters in.
Right.
That's all I saw on the Revolt page on Instagram when I was watching it. So it's cute that you brought the brother on. It's cute that you want to talk about reparations because that's what everybody's talking about this year anyway. It's just a hot topic, and you saw that that's what people are voting on. So you're like,
For
oh,
votes.
let's act like we here. But y'all, I feel like we need to have our own things outside of people that are commercialized like that. You know, power to them, that's great, but it's still a very commercialized platform. So if we want to really talk about stuff for the people, you have to have platforms for the people. That's it. That's that. And so I feel like, yay, I'm glad that they brought you there.
Definitely.
I am glad they brought you there.
Absolutely.
But next time, you need a little bit more than that.
You know what? Again, I appreciate the invitation.
Yes, very appreciated. No,
I do.
like,
But
I speak for myself back here.
Right. No. I mean, no. Listen. If you want the truth, you want it. If you don't, you don't. And again, that's why I'm okay with being banned from places that are not sincere. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because you're showing me and everyone else who and what you truly are and what
Right.
your motive is.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
But just know the people are not going to be asleep for too long.
They're not. The people are
That's-
asleep. The
You
reason
know
why
what
I
it
see
is too? Hey, High Hills, I was gonna say this. You know what it is?
what it is.
A lot of people like to have a conversation. It sounds good to talk about things, but then when you have a brother like him come on a platform like that, he gonna start talking about the solution, and that's what they don't want to hear.
Right.
They don't want somebody talking about moving and doing something. They want to just keep having the conversation because it look good.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Tickling
So
your ears.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an irritant. Let's just put it that way. It's like a brother from the hood going to a farmer who's been used to farming his whole life, and all this brother been used to is just running the block, and he like, here, get this shovel, let's go to work. You're like, the shovel? I don't know about you. Like, brother, get the shovel. You said you about that work.
Right,
well, I'm
right.
not about that work. I'm about the other. Like, no,
yeah.
no, come get to work. See, it's we're built different. We're just built different. That's all. I'm not wired that way. I can't sit there and you're talking in a way that is so appeasing to someone's ear who I know we shouldn't even be trying to appease in the first place. Who are you talking to?
Right.
The few black folks in here or the few white folks in here? Who are you talking to? Our ancestors don't give a damn about anyone's approval.
Right.
I don't understand. But the only way you can talk in such a way that is so soft and disconnected is if you are disconnected from your very own DNA itself.
Yes.
You have died in a way where you literally are not connected. You can't even talk with bass in your voice. And if you do, it's up against your own brother. That's the only time.
Right.
I mean, I'm just telling y'all. And again, this is not an act. Y'all know how. You know this.
You already
know. But it's really an irritant. So when I got up there, I appreciated it.
Thank
but
you.
I was just like, if y'all don't, niggas don't stop playing. Stop playing these games. I mean, really, you crying over Queen Elizabeth, but you're not crying over your own ancestors. Man, I don't get this.
You're not crying over Muammar Gaddafi.
Seriously, please.
Just saying.
Well, you can say what you want here. That's how it is on here.
Oh, I didn't hear him. So, okay. We're gonna go back. Let me circle back. Because we almost just went on a tangent real quick, and I kind of feel like I did. I have a habit, y'all. I call it like I just have chronic foot and mouth disease, but I just have a habit. Like sometimes when I see foolishness, I have to speak on it, and it is what it is.
Sorry.
I love myself regardless. But chapter 9 of your book, it says, "Argue when we are free." And that's the whole chapter.
Yeah, the shortest chapter in
that
history.
was the chapter.
It's
Argue when we are free.
Yeah, the title of the chapter, you got it. Okay, so the title of chapter 9 of my book is Argue Over Religion After We're Free.
Yes.
The only word in there is period.
Period.
And buy the book.
Yes.
And
so I kind of want to transmute that into everything that we argue about and everything that we go back and forth about. And I really, you know what? I remembered what I wanted to ask you before he started talking, and I really want to do that.
Definitely.
Just love me. Just love me and love me the way I am.
Go ahead.
But no, you were talking about our people awakening, right?
Yes.
And what I've noticed, especially being here at Black Ink, is that it's people in our communities that have like awakened to abilities, but it's like the most unwoke people. It's the people that they don't meditate, they eat meat, like they do all of the things that you're not supposed to do, but you still have, it's like our nature or something. Yes. Our natural nature has woken up. And so that being said, how do you think that we can, what's the word I want to use? Utilize that to really transmute our people without it seeming like we're forcing them.
Make it safe for them to apply what it is that they have now come into. Make it safe for them to do that without judging, without forcing some ideology, without telling them, okay, call yourself this. No, make it safe for them, just like you're making this space safe for us. Make it safe for them and then help them by guiding them. Don't force it. Where do you feel most comfortable, brother or sister? What is it that you now feel? What is your calling now? What mission do you feel like you need to be on now? Okay, let me connect you with this brother, this sister, this group, etc. We have everything we need.
Right.
But just sometimes we have this little vested interest where we want people to, do things for us or our group. No, if it doesn't match your part of the mission, then bring it to someone whose mission it does match. So just make it safe for them, because I'll say this. You have a lot of brothers and sisters coming out of jail, coming into new levels of wealth, all kinds of things, and they don't know what to do with it. There's different things that, they're coming into different higher levels of awareness, and they're trying to figure out how to guide it, where to go with it. Make it safe for them, help them, but at the same time, don't prejudge nobody.
Yeah.
Just don't. Maybe brothers tatted, whole body, tatted from nose all the way down, who know more about history than a lot of us do.
Yes.
Who know more about the chakra system.
Yes.
Who know so much about the stratosphere and the entire universe and its makeup, and they can rattle down the Supreme Wisdom or the 120s, or they know about this ancient book of this. And it's like, how in the world?
Yeah.
See, don't prejudge none of us, because in our deoxyribonucleic acid, in our DNA, our melanin code that connects to the very universe itself, it activates all the time.
Yes.
But in every single individual, it activates at a specific time. So we can't, we're not all on the same page because all of us have different pieces in the mission. So mine may activate today, yours may activate tomorrow. But when it happens, you'll see it. And then those who need to be connected will start to connect. It's magnetic. It's mathematics.
Yes.
That's how it goes.
Yes. Yeah, I thought about that because I had a guest on my show, and I'm going to have him come on, and I want him to do a build with Brother Blue and another end with Rich Mo, but his name is Watch the Drip. And when you look at Drip,
oh, yeah, I heard about
Yeah,
okay.
you be like, okay. But I'm like, he blew me away because of just, it blew you away, right? The consciousness and the understanding and talking about, he was like, well, no, I dress like this. I wear these because that's what they relate to.
It's a game.
Like he was
And
so
he learned.
smart.
Yes.
And so I want to really start to get that going with us where we're bridging the gap and starting to talk to people, because a lot of people is awakening all the time. They come to me all the time and they be like, what the heck does this mean? Like, I'm seeing 1111. So yeah, we're going to go on a break in just a minute, Rich Mo, just to let you know to be ready. But yeah, that's something that I really want to get into, where we're starting to bridge the gap, and I feel like you're the gap bridger. Yes, but we need another platform other than Revolt now.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Oh,
maybe
definitely.
I should create one.
Hey, come on.
All right, so we're going to take a little break. We're going to listen to some music real quick. Rich Mo, are you ready? So we're going to have...
Almost.
So first, we're going to play just a little, we got to pay some bills with a little commercial, but we also are going to hear another song by another brother from the nation. His name is Golden Child. This song that we about to hear from him has been, everybody goes crazy with this. Everybody. This is getting played on the radio station, everything now.
Many. Trying to figure out which one.
Yes. So, in a minute. Hey, we got a pause. Hey. Right, I do need to clarify.
I don't instigate no beef. I'm pushing peace.